float it, but the wood won't catch. I'm shivering while holding a burning match. The words you're saying are just white noise now. I try to feel something, but I've forgotten how. There's a frost on the glass of my window pane, and the ice in my blood is dulling the pain. I used to be a wildfire, I used to be the sun, but the winter moved in when you were done. Now there's a lock on the gate and a chill in the air. I look in the mirror and a stranger is there. No more tears to cry, no more stories to tell, just the heavy stillness of a heart turned cold.
Your touch used to spark like a wire on skin. Now I don't even know where to begin.
I've wrapped myself tight in this coat of stone, learning the comfort of being alone. The garden is buried under layers of white, and I've stopped praying for the end of the night. Don't try to thaw what's already dead. Don't reread the letters that we already read. The embers are gray and the smoke has cleared. I've become the very thing that I always feared. Just a long winter, no spring in sight, turning off the pilot. Good night. The sun is dipping low behind the maple tree, casting long shadows over you and me. We aren't fighting the current or chasing the past. We finally reached the shore, the anchor is cast. I'm looking at your face without the sting of the salt, finding the peace that wasn't anyone's fault. It's not a jagged break or a cold sharp end. It's the quiet release of a long-time friend, like the golden light on a late August sky. I'm wrapping us up in a warm goodbye. No more shivering in the dark or asking why. Just the soft, steady glow of a warm goodbye. keep the good parts, the laughter, the grace, the way the light hit your favorite place. I'm letting the anger dissolve in the tea, setting you loose so that I can be free. We're two different rivers heading out to the sea. Thankful for the miles that you walked with me. There's a kindness in knowing when the season is through, a beauty in wishing the best for you. We've cried on the oceans, we've weathered the gale. Now we're just two ships with a wide, steady sail. Close the door soft, turn out the light. I'm wishing you love and a very good night. Sweet and steady, a warm goodbye.
The clouds are bruising purple in the heavy afternoon. I guess the sky is final, singing my favorite tune. The first few drops are hitting like a hammer on the glass, watching all the happy people running as they pass.
I step out on the pavement, let the water soak my skin. The only place where I don't feel the hollow deep within.
'Cause no one knows I'm breaking
When the sky is falling down,
my salt is just a droplet.
in the middle of this town,
I can scream your name at the thunder,
I can let the rivers flow,
and the world will never see the pain I'm trying not to show.
it's the perfect camouflage,
For a heart that's been torn,
just another lonely shadow,
crying in the storm. The lightning flashes wide and shows the empty street ahead, a stark and sudden picture of the words we left unsaid. The rain is washing off the scent of you that stayed on me, dragging every memory out into the open sea. I'm drenched and I'm shivering, but for once I'm feeling clean, hidden in the chaos of a world that's turned to green. Let the heavens open up, let the lightning strike the ground, let the roar of the wind be the only living sound. Better to be shivering than to feel this kind of heat, the burning up forever that ended in defeat.
Wash it all away.
Every lie and every fear.
Wait for the thunder
To swallow every tear.
standing in the rain,
Standing in the rain.
crying in the storm. I found the map we drew on a napkin in May, with circles round cities where we'd stay. A house by the water, a porch with a swing. Back when we thought we had everything. The blueprint is yellowed, the ink has run dry. Just a paper kingdom under a cardboard sky. Now I'm sleeping in the ruins of the dreams we shared, waking up to the ghost of how much we cared. We built a castle out of whispers and air, but I'm the only one left standing there. They're just flickering movies on a broken screen. The most beautiful life that'll never be seen.
I see the ghost of us in the window of a store, buying the furniture for our second floor.
We had names for the kids and a place for the dog, and now it's all just a memory lost in the fog. It's hard to move forward when the future we plan is slipping like water right through my hand. How do I unthink
The life that I knew.
How do I dream without involving you? Every someday we spoke was a beautiful light, a star that we followed till it fell from the sky. Just a flicker, then the dark, closing my eyes in a hollow park, resting my head on the dreams we The calendar is stuck on a page from last year. I'm still still waiting for a voice I no longer hear. The dust is settling on the keys of the piano, playing a song that only we used to know. I watch the shadows stretch across the floor, wondering what I'm even waiting for. I'm just a leaf on a river with no end in sight, caught in the current of a long, lonely night. The days blur together like ink in the rain, a slow motion cycle of numb and the pain. No anchor to hold me, no stars to align, just drifting through time since you weren't mine. I go to the places where we used to hide, but I'm just a passenger with no one inside. The clock on the wall has a hollower click. The air in this hallway is getting too thick. People are moving, the world's in a race, while I'm standing still in this empty space. Minutes are miles and hours are oceans, lost in the wreckage of old emotions. I'm reaching for then, but I'm stuck in the now, trying to move on, but I don't know how. Seconds keep ticking, the sun starts to climb, but I'm still just drifting through time. I'm a heartbeat behind everywhere you go, walking through the scenes of a finished show. I see you in the steam on the window pane, I see you in the patterns of the falling rain. The world says move on, the light has turned green, but I'm still lingering in the spaces in between. I still follow your shadow down the cold city street, listening for the rhythm of your ghost's heavy feet. Even though you've stepped out into the light of the new, I'm still tethered to the darkness that looks just like you. It's a path to nowhere, a hollow kind of thrill, following a shadow that's standing perfectly still. I go the cafe and I sit in your light, ordering for two out of habit and spite. I'm tracing the silhouette you left on the wall, waiting for the moment that you'll finally call. It's a long dark road with no stars in the sky, but I'd rather have your shadow than a clean goodbye. They say I'm a phantom, they say I'm a ghost, haunting the version of you I love most. But if I stop chasing, if I let the sun rise, I'll have to see the vacancy inside of my eyes. Just a step behind in the fading gray, watching the outline slowly melt away. But until it's gone, I still follow your shadow. I'm taking down the pictures in the frames from the hall, watching the dust settle where we had it all. The toothbrush in the cabinet, the keys on the hook are just the final chapters of a long closed book. I used to call you home, used to call you always, but now you're just a draft blowing through the hallways. You're not the ache in my chest or the tear in my eye. You're not the reason that I'm asking why. The edges are blurring, the colors are flat. I've finally found where the nevermore sat. No longer a ghost, no longer a sanctuary. You're just another faded, dusty memory.
I saw you at the station and I didn't turn cold. I didn't feel the weight of the stories we told. You're just a face in the crowd, a name on a page, a bird that finally flew from a gilded cage. The fire didn't die, it just burned itself out, leaving nothing but silence and a shadow of doubt. They say that time is a river that washes the shore until you can't see the footprints of us anymore. I've reached the horizon where the sun meets the sea, and I finally realized you aren't part of me. Just a story I used to tell, a coin at the bottom of a dried up well. Nothing special,
just another memory. I'm standing on the platform as the whistle blows, watching the red lights fade where the iron grows. You took the suitcase and the plans we made, while I stayed back in the cooling shade. The ticket in my pocket is a useless scrap, a destination that fell right off the map. The world keeps turning, but I'm standing still, a lonely house on a hollow hill. You're miles ahead while I'm stuck in the dust, polishing dreams that have turned into rust. It's a different kind of lonely, a different kind of mind, being the one that you left behind.
The table's still set for two in the hall,
But you're 1,000 miles past the city wall. I'm reading the books that you didn't pack, hoping for a footnote that says you're coming back. But the air is too quiet and the bed is too wide, and there's nowhere for a broken heart to hide. You found a new sky and a brighter blue, and I'm just the shadow that belonged to you. You're running forward, I'm chasing the ghosts of the version of you that I love the most. Just a footprint in the morning dew, still right here, waiting for you. Looking for a sign, trying to find a star that used to be mine. The moon is a sliver of cold silver light, cutting through the black of this endless night. The neighbors have all turned their porch lights away, leaving me here in this hollowed out grave. Oh, the lonely night sky is a mirror of me, an infinite dark as far as I can see. No clouds to hide behind, no wind to blow me home, just billions of miles of feeling alone. I'm reaching for a spark in the deep velvet high, under the weight of this lonely night sky. The satellites are drifting like ghosts in the dark, but none of them see patterns. I used to see us. Now it's just vacuum and stardust and rust. The silence up there is the same as down here. A beautiful vacuum that's chillingly clear. Is there anyone out there who's looking for me? Or am I just a speck in a lightless sea? The universe expanded and left me behind with nothing but yesterday stuck in my mind. Just a flicker fading out, lost in the space and the doubt, watching the stars in a lonely night sky. I'm staring at the ceiling, tracing every line, trying to find the moment I stop calling you mine. The clock is ticking louder than the thoughts inside my head, replaying every single word we ever should have said. I'm a wanderer in a hallway with 1,000 different doors, but every path I take just leads me back to being yours. I'm lost in my thoughts and I can't find the way out, trapped in the static of the maybe and the doubt. The map is torn to pieces and the compass is a lie. I'm searching for a reason in a dark and empty sky. It's a labyrinth of if-onlys and a ghost of a cost. In the middle of my mind is where I'm permanently lost. I see us in the kitchen, I see us in the park, small snapshots of a fire before it lost the spark. I try to think of something new, a color or a face, but your memory is a gravity that holds me in this place. I'm walking through the wreckage of a life we didn't lead, planting seeds of yesterday that I no longer need. Is there a way to turn the volume down? I'm screams and whispers in a one-man town. The exit sign is flickering, but I'm too tired to run from the shadows of the things that can't be undone. Just a daydream that turned into a cage, stuck on the corner of the very last page. Deep in the static, lost in my thoughts. Polaroid is curling at the edge, like the promises we whispered on the ledge. Your laughter used to color in the gray, but now the saturation slipped away. I'm tracing outlines where you used to stand, feeling nothing but the cold wind in my hand. It wasn't a fire that burned to the ground, it was a silence that didn't make a sound, like a summer sky turned into gray. I watched the gold just drift away. Now I'm holding a heart that's gone astray, crying over a love that faded away. The garden that we planted died in June. I guess we stopped dancing to the tune. We're two different people in the same old frame, speaking soft words that don't feel the same. No big goodbye, no slamming of the door, just the quiet realization we aren't us anymore. How do you mourn what didn't break? How do you fix a slow mistake? We didn't crash, we didn't fall, we just became nothing at all. Just a ghost in the hallway, a soft shade of blue, watching the sunset fade out of you. I'm still walking on the right side of the street, leaving space for the ghost of you and me. I found your coffee cup, the one with the chipped rim. The kitchen's quiet now, the lights getting dim. I keep reaching for your hand when the movie gets slow, but I'm just holding on to shadows you left long ago. And all these memories, they're heavy as stone, building a house where I'm living alone. I'm a notebook of pages you'll never read, a heart that's still bleeding, the love that you need. Every I love you is a ghost in the hall, just an echo of us written on every wall.
The scent of your perfume is fading from the sheets, like the rhythm of a heart that forgot how to beat.
I saw a car like yours and I started to wait. It's a lonely kind of habit, trying to be brave,
But the silence
this hollowed out grief. I'd give every tomorrow for one yesterday, to find the right words that would make you stay. But these memories, they're heavy as stone, building a house where I'm living alone. I'm a notebook of pages you'll never read, a heart that's still bleeding, the love that you need. But these memories, they're heavy as stone, building a house where I'm living alone. I'm a notebook of pages you'll never read, a heart that's still bleeding, the love that you need. Every I love you is a ghost in the hall, just an echo of us written on every wall.
The house is a radio, stuck between the stations, a hollow frequency of failed expectations. I'm straining for a sound through the cracks in the floor, a phantom of the hello when you walk through the door.
I've forgotten the melody of my own name, without your breath to fan the dying flame.
Now the world is a thunder, a crash and a noise, and I'm drowning in the static,
missing your soft voice.
You was the anchor in the chaos,
the whisper in the dark,
the only thing that ever carried a spark. I'm reaching for a frequency
I can't quite choice, just a ghost in the hallway,
missing your soft voice. Silence as a scream that I can't turn down, the loudest inhabitant of this empty town.
I'd give every symphony, every anthem of pride, for the velvet of your murmur right by my side.
The way you'd hum while the kettle would boil was the only thing that kept my spirit from soil.
Even the wind sounds like a lonely lament,
wondering where all the beautiful music went.
my ears are ringing with the weight of the gone,
listening for a lullaby to lead me to dawn.
softer than a sigh,
lighter than a prayer.
I'm still leaning in,
But you aren't there.
just the silence.
And you're
feel the pulse of every word you'd say, like a summer rhythm that would never fade away. But the constant winter of your maybe and no started freezing up the places where the blood used to flow. I waited for the thaw, I waited for the spark, until the cold became the only thing I knew. In the dark, now you're knocking on the door, but nobody's home. You're looking for a fire in a heart turned to stone. You can't break a spirit that's already gone cold, or rewrite a story that's already been told. The soft parts are buried, the warmth has all flown. There's nothing left for you in a heart turned to stone.
You're crying out for mercy, you're begging for a sign, but I'm looking at your face like it's no longer mine.
The tears you're shedding now are just rain on a rock. I'm a fortress of silence, I'm a heavy iron lock.
I don't feel the anger,
I don't feel the grit, I'm just a mountain of granite that hasn't crumbled yet.
it takes a lot of pressure to make something this hard.
A million little cuts left, a permanent scar. You taught me how to settle for the ice and the gray, so don't be surprised when I turn you away.
No more beating,
No more pain
just a statue
in the rain.
hard and heavy.
Turn to stone. The faucet's dripping steady in the kitchen sink, giving me too much time to sit and think. The neighbors think I'm sleeping, the house is dark and still, but I'm just leaning heavy on the windowsill. I don't make a sound, I don't even moan. This is the kind of hurting you do when you're alone. Just the quiet tears that nobody will see, the ones that fall like shadows inside of me. They don't need a reason, they don't need a crowd. They're the only things I have that aren't allowed. No shaking shoulders, no gasping for a breath, just a slow silver rain.
sweater hanging on the back of the door. A little bit of always in a nevermore. I don't reach out to touch it, I don't call your name. I've learned that the silence is the only thing to blame. I let the salt run down and disappear in the lace. The only way I'm allowed to remember your face. The loudest screams are the ones you never hear, the ones that stay buried year after year. I'm a glass half broken, held together by the cold, with 1,000 tragic stories that'll never be told. Drying my eyes before the sun wakes up. Coffee in a chipped and empty cup. Just the quiet tears in the dark. I'm retracing every footprint in the freezing mud, tracing every heartbeat, every drop of blood. The signs all say go back, the bridges burn to ash, and I'm just waiting for the final heavy crash. My lungs are screaming out, my vision's getting blurred, chasing after every sweet and bitter word. I know the house is empty and the locks are changed. I know the life we had has been rearranged, but my feet won't listen to the common sense in me. They're searching for a version of who we used to be, past the exit signs and the no U-turn crew. I'm just a fool in the dark, running back to you. Running back to you. Every street light is a countdown to the end. Every corner turn is just another bend. I'm running from the future, sprinting from the light, diving headfirst back into our final night.
They say you can't go home once the fire's gone,
but I'd rather die in the embers than live to see the dawn. The wind is pushing back, the rain is in my face, but I'm addicted to the ghost of your embrace. I'm a shadow in a marathon that I can never win, trying to find the door and let myself back in.
running out of breath,
Running out of time,
still committing
the same old crime,
just a mile more.
running back to you. I tried to tune the tension, tried to find the key, but the bridge has been splintered between you and me. My fingers are calloused from the songs that I've played, tracing the echoes of the choices we made. Now it's just a dissonant, lonely vibration, a symphony lost in a forced isolation. I'm pulling at wires that can't hold the note, the saddest of ballads that I ever wrote. There's no more melody, just a sharp, stinging smart, plucking the strings of a broken heart.
Every fret is a memory of a night in the dark, when the music was easy and we had the spark. Now the neck is warped and the finish is thin, and I don't know where the silence ends and I begin. I can't find the harmony, the chords are all wrong. I'm just a ghost haunting the end of the song. Snap, there goes the always we swore we would keep. Cut, there goes the promise that ran way too deep. I'm left with the wreckage, the wood and the wire, the ashes of music that used to be fire. Just a hum and a break, the last little sound that a spirit can make, the snapping of strings of a broken heart. Standing in the kitchen, staring at your chair, having conversations with the empty air. I tell you about my day and how the coffee's cold, replaying all the stories that we already told. The logic in my head says that you're really gone, but the spirit in my chest just keeps holding on. Don't speak to my head, it already knows the truth. It's seen the empty rooms and the fading of our youth. But talk to my heart, 'cause it hasn't heard the news. It's still waiting for your footsteps and the clicking of your shoes. Explain to the beat why it's working all alone. Talk to my heart, 'cause it's turned into stone. The silence is a language I don't wanna learn. Watching for a signal, waiting for my turn. My mind has accepted that the flame has died, but there's a stubborn little fire burning deep inside. It's convinced you're just late, or you're stuck in the rain. It's a beautiful kind of madness.
just a whisper in the dark, trying to find a single spark. Please talk to my talk to my heart. I wear this smile like a mask for the crowd, talking too fast and laughing too loud. I'm a master of fine and a pro at the okay, just to get through the noise of a crowded day. But when the door clicks shut and the lights go low, the heavy truth starts its steady flow. They're the salt on my pillow in the dead of the night, the ghosts that I fight till the first morning light. Behind the laughter and the stone cold pride are the oceans of tears that I keep inside. Nobody sees how the river runs deep. They're the secrets I pray that the shadows will keep.
Got a tissue in my pocket and a sting in my eyes whenever I'm caught by a sudden surprise.
Like a song on the radio, or the way someone looks, like a line from one of your favorite books. I swallow the tilt back my head, walking away from the things left unsaid. If I let one fall, would the dam finally break? Would I drown in the choices I didn't make? So I bottle the rain and I lock up the glass, waiting for this storm to finally pass. Just a blink, then a sigh,
a desert heart
with a flooded eye. Deep inside, the tears I hide. I found the letters tucked beneath the floor, the ones you wrote but never headed for the door. The ink was steady but the words were cold, a different version of the story we had told. I was building bridges while you dug the graves, watching us drown beneath the surface of the waves. It wasn't the distance or the hands of time, it was a secret that you kept like a crime. I was looking for sunshine in a heart of stone, never knowing I was already alone, but forever you kept until the goodbye.
You looked me in the eye and held my hand while you were making tracks across another land.
Every I love you had a hollow ring, a winter coat hidden underneath the spring. I feel like a ghost in my own history, searching for the person who was lying to me. Was any of it real, or just a part you played? A comfortable shadow where you could have stayed. The worst kind of heartbreak isn't the end. It's realizing never really knew my best friend. The masks are off, the lights are bright, everything looks different in this kind of light. Now I finally see the truth you hid. I'm staring at the shadows on the bedroom wall, counting the minutes I can't quite recall. The years we spent building a life on the sand are slipping like water right through my hand. I look in the mirror and see a new face, marked by the years that I can't replace. Oh, the years and the months, the tick of the clock, the keys that I turned in a rusted out lock. We were waiting for later to finally begin, but the later is gone and the winter's moved in. It's a debt I can't pay, a cost I can't frost, just the hollowed out ache of the time we lost.
We traded our now for a someday that died, while the best of our youth was just swept out with tide. I didn't see the seasons turn gray on your hair. I was too busy looking for something not there.
Now the house is a museum of moments we missed, a catalog of lips that I should have kissed. You can't buy a second, you can't rent a day. Once the golden hour has faded to gray, I'm a billionaire of regret and of could have been paying the price for
The sun's going down, the shadow is long. I'm finally hearing the end of the song, counting the cost of the time we lost. I woke up to a silence, felt like a weight, thinking I heard you just outside the gate. I stayed perfectly still, holding my breath in a room that's as quiet as a slow, lonely death. I'm chasing a frequency I can't quite find, a frequency playing in the back of my mind. It was the velvet in the morning, the calm in the storm, the sound of a promise that kept my heart warm. Now I'm starving for a word, just a hello or stay. But the world is so loud since you went away. I trade every song that I'll ever choose just to hear 1 second of your gentle voice.
I play back the messages saved on my phone, just so I wouldn't feel quite so alone. But digital echoes aren't the same as the air moving around me when you were right there. The way you'd say my name when I'd had a bad day could make all the shadows just crumble away. Now the wind in the trees is a mocking sound, and the rain on the roof just beats on the ground. I'm listening for a hum or a soft low sigh underneath the roar of the city going by, softer than a prayer, lighter than a dream. I'm still listening, or so